Hi, all back to Raghu Cloud Tech channel. So in this session, I'll explain VM files and VMware tools. So first, we will discuss like what is VM files. So if you compare to physical server with virtual machine, we'll see like in physical computer, like there are a lot of components like motherboard, RAM slot, CPU. There are a lot of electrical components. Okay. Like if you open that box, like CPU box, we can see there are a lot of components. Okay, so that all components connected together. So if you open that box, we can see a lot of components inside that box. Okay, like here, in VMware, we are sharing compute resource like from physical server to virtual machine, but it will work like equivalent to physical computer, but we call it as a virtual machine. Like we'll see then how it will work. Physical computer has a lot of components connected and working together as physical, sir. But here there is no nothing like that. Like I'm saying RAM, CPU, hard disk, nothing is there. Then how it is working? Okay, we'll see here. Okay, when we create a virtual machine, by default there are set of files will be created. Okay, like how does physical server having physical components, virtual machine also VM also having set of files. So not like physical components, here will be like a set of files, like that files having new extension. Okay, like which we are not aware of as of now. That extension we know like word extension, excel dot xlx dot pdf. Okay, like that we know like dot ppt. But here this virtual machine files extension will be different. As of now, we didn't hear this thing. Okay, we'll see what are those files, how it will create. Okay, like a virtual machine, VM is composed of several specific files stored in a directory on a data store, each serving a distinct purpose in defining, running, and managing the virtual machine's operations. Okay, here I have mentioned few files. Okay, there are files are essential for the basic function and configuration of your virtual machine. So first it will be VM name. Like if you mention like SQLDB or application SQL virtual machine. So virtual machine name will come in the first. Like assume that SQLDB. I have created one virtual machine, named it as for example SQLDB. I'll mention. So after creating this virtual machine SQLDB, the files will be created like in the name of virtual machine, like SQLDB dot extension. So first we'll see VM name means SQLDB dot VMX. This is VM configuration file. Okay, this is the primary plain text file that stores all the VM's hardware settings and configuration information such as a RAM, network adapter details, hard disk references, and advanced power settings. It is the file the hypervisor reads to know how to build and run the virtual machine. Okay, power on, power off, everything details will be there with this VM configuration file. So second file, VM name, for example, sqldb.vmdk. VM hard disk file. Actual disk is usually composed of two parts. A small descriptor, this is .vmdk file, text format, which contains metadata like the disk size, geometry like head sectors, and a pointer to the file. Okay, like index of the data. Third file, VM name flat.vmdk. For example, sqldb.flat.vmdk. VM hard disk file. Okay, this file binary format which contains the actual data of the guest operating system and its applications. Okay, actual data it will store into the flat vmdk file. Next, VM name sqldb.nvram. Okay, this is BIOS file or EFI file. This small file stores the virtual machine's BIOS or UEFI configuration settings, similar to the CMOS chip on a physical computer. If deleted, the hypervisor automatically regenerates it with the default settings when the VM is powered on. Okay, so in interview, they may ask you if we delete NVRAM, what will happen? Okay, you can say if deleted, the hypervisor automatically regenerates regenerates this file when we power on a virtual machines. With default settings, it will regenerate. Okay, now VMs snap file, vswap file, VM virtual memory. So we have separate session for this memory management technique. In that session, I'll explain brief about this. Nowadays, this virtual memory concept they have introduced in mobiles also. For example, if you buy mobile for 8 GB RAM mobile, extra additional 8 GB you can add from storage. Okay, it's default feature of Windows operating system Microsoft. So from hard disk we can use space as virtual memory. That same concept they have taken to the VMware from Windows. Now in mobiles also, Android also they are introduced to this one virtual memory concept. So brief about this in memory management technique I'll explain this. Okay. Next, VM log files. Okay. These files record key activities, events, and errors related to the virtual machine operation. Okay, errors related to the virtual machine's operation. Administrators use these logs for troubleshooting boot issues, migrations, and performance problems. Okay, so this log file VM power on to power off one log file will be created. For example, I have created this VM1 is SQLDB VM. I have powered on. So log file is created. Now if I power off this VM, this log file will be closed, like one file will be generated. Again, if you power on, a log file 2 will be created. Again power off, like one power on to one power off, one log file will be created. Like that it will be create. So in this folder, when you create a virtual machine in storage box, data store, in the name of SQLDB VM name, that folder will be created. In that folder, all VM files will be, these all files will be created automatically. Okay. So here log files will be created until I think 7 files will be there. Most recent one, latest one in real time, we will use for troubleshooting purpose. Latest log file. Okay. Like see, morning I have powered on this VM. After my task, I have powered off. So one log file created. Again, 9 o'clock, I have powered on. Then second log file created. Then after my task, I have power of this virtual machine. Second log file. So recent one will be the troubleshooting purpose we will use. Like that, it will be keep on 7 files will be there in the folder. If keep on, if you power on power off the virtual machine, old log files will be deleted. Recent 7 files will be kept in this folder. But in a real time, 99% we will use the latest log file for the troubleshoot. If we want previous one, then previous one. Until 1, 2, 3 files we can use. Okay, but safer side, VMware they have kept until 7 files. Okay, 7 log files we can see. Okay, like VM name, VMSD, snapshot files. Okay. For this also we have separate session, snapshot session. In that session, I'll explain brief about snapshot files. Okay. Even here, VSWP swap will also same VM power on to power off, but it will create when we power on a virtual machine, swap file will be created. When we power on a like power off a virtual machine, swap file will be deleted. Same this file also same power on to power off, but thing is swap file will be deleted when we power off, but log files will be until 7 files it will be there. So first file will be like VM name dot log will be created. Okay. Now second time if you power on second time log file will be renamed. Previous one will be VM name dot one log, then recent one will be log. Like again if you power on third time, so recent file will be VM name dot log, previous one will be VM name one dot one log. That previous one means VM name dot two log. Like that, it will rename automatically. We no need to do anything. Okay. Like log files, brief how I can explain. Like for example, yesterday one of your teammate did something new system, so he finished work and he went. So when you reach office next day morning, you are trying to power on virtual machine or physical anything. Okay. Assume that virtual machine you are trying to power on, it is not happening, something error it is showing. Okay. You don't know what is done. If you try to reach him, but couldn't reach. So you want to troubleshoot that. So to troubleshoot that, what you will do is you will check the log files. So when he logged in from that time to log off time, you will check the logs, what actually he's done. Accordingly, you will troubleshoot the VM and resolve the issue. Okay, this is how real-time log files will be. The, uh, do not delete log files in real time. Not only virtual machine log files, physical servers uh, log files are anything, any device. If log files are available, do not delete. So if log file deleted, you cannot troubleshoot the, like you don't know what happened actually when you are not there. Okay, until unless if someone coming and explaining the thing, this is what I have done. If that person is not reachable, so you don't know, like you cannot troubleshoot, you cannot resolve the issue. So with the help of log files only, we can identify this what happened actually, and accordingly we can troubleshoot. Okay, if you don't know, we don't have any information means nothing can be done. So with the help of log files, we can resolve the issues. Okay. Now we'll see we will create a virtual machine. We'll see the files will be create automatically or not. So I'll log into vCenter. So in host one, I'll create one virtual machine. Let me create. Then we'll see how many files will be created. New virtual machine. SQL app VM I have named it. Next, next. Storage I'm giving. In the storage, VM related files will be stored. Folder name will be SQL app VM. Inside that folder, whatever we discuss, that all files will be created automatically. Okay. Next. So let it be CPU memory. I'll give hard disk as 20 GB. Okay, next. So overview. So okay, no problem. Finish. See, recent task we can see like create virtual machine completed. Okay, so who is the initiator? So I have initiated. Okay, start time, completed time, server. Okay, VCS lab. Everything will be recorded here. So SQL app VM created. So VM as of now port of state. We'll check in the data store storage box. Okay, data stores. I have given this DSI SCSI 01 for this VM hard disk. Select this data store, right click, browse files. So this is the folder, VM folder. Click on this. Only four items are there. See, if you see here, four items like log.vmdk, vmsd, vmx. We have discussed like so many. Then what are uh, where is that other files? Okay, see only vmdk, vmsd, vmx is there. So what about other files? We have discussed many files now. So till now this virtual machine in a power off state. Okay. Once we power on, remaining files will be created. Okay. Let me see again. Browse. Click on VM like SQL app VM folder. See as of now four items. Once we power on, remaining all files should be created. Okay. So now I'm going to power on this virtual machine. Right click, go to power option, power on. See now this virtual machine power status is powered on. Okay. Now let me check again. Go to data stores whether that remain files created or not. We'll check. Okay. Browse the data store. Okay. In that also you can click or right click browse. Both same. Okay. I have clicked folder. See earlier only four items was there. Now see 11 items. Swap well created, enviram created. Okay. VMX log, VMX, VM log. Okay. There are many files. See? So by default, it will not create all files. Okay. When you create a virtual machine, if it is powered off state, when we power on this new virtual machine, so remaining files will be created. Okay. We no need to go and check in each and every VM whether all files are created or not. We no need to check. Default, it will create all the files. Okay. But first time we should power on the virtual machine to create all files related to that virtual machine. Got it? So no need to check again like each and every VM like tiny Linux, all files are there or not. Tiny Linux, all files are there or not. By default, it will create. Okay, no need to check. So in VM files, configuration file, if you want to check what is there in data, like open with Notepad, we can like only that, like VMX file, we can open and see the what is there in that with Notepad. Okay, and log files also we can open with Notepad and we can see. Remaining other files we cannot like .vmdk, flat.vmdk, nvram, vmsd. These files and all we cannot open. Only .vmx and .log files we can open with Notepad. Okay. Now we'll see VMware tools. Okay. VMware tools set of drivers for a virtual machine like video drivers, NIC drivers, SCSI drivers, ballooning drivers, time synchronization. Okay. This is a suite of utilities. VMware tools is a suite of utilities, drivers, and services that dramatically enhances the performance, functionality, and management of a virtual machine's guest operating system. While a VM can run without them, like without VMware tools also we can run the virtual machine. But installing VMware tools is considered a best practice for optimal operation. Okay, installing VMware tools provides several critical improvements over a generic toolsless VM environment, optimized performance, enhanced user experience. It enables seamless user interactions which are critical for desktop environment, like improved graphic. One second. So optimized performance, like this suite includes optimized para virtual drivers for virtual hardware such as the VMNS, VMX Net3 network adapter and the PV SCSI storage controller, resulting in enhanced network throughput and faster disk IO operations with reduced CPU overhead. Okay, like improved graphics performance, higher screen resolutions, and automatic resizing of the guest display to the match the console window. Okay, and improved VM management and automation, like VMware tools facilitate communication between the guest OS and the hypervisor, enabling advanced management feature. Okay, graceful operations. And one more thing, very, very important, quizzed snapshots. It enables the creation of consistent snapshot of the guest OS file system, which are crucial for reliable backups by ensuring applications are in stable state, during the snapshot process. Okay. Then time synchronization. Our time synchronization service ensures that guest OS clock remains accurate by syncing the host reliable time source and guest heartbeat, guest customization and scripting, memory management. Okay, installing and maintaining the latest version of VMware tools is a foundational step in configuring any VMware virtual machine. It transforms a basic low performance VM into an optimized, fully manageable computing environment with essential drivers and integration features. For Linux environment, the open source implementation OpenVM tools is generally included with most modern distributor and is the recommended alternative to the VMware provided package. Okay, like we'll see one by one. Time synchronization. Like the time synchronization drivers for a virtual machine are critical components, often part of a suite VMware tools or hypervisor integration services that ensures the guest operating system's clock remains accurate by synchronizing it with the host server's reliable time source. Okay, to sync the time with the host. Then we'll see video drivers. Video drivers for a virtual machine are used to enable graphics output, manage display resolutions, and provide crucial hardware acceleration for graphics intensive tasks. The specific driver and configuration determine the visual quality and performance of applications running inside the virtual machine. Okay, next. Ballooning drivers. This is also we have a memory management technique class. Like as I said, we that vswap file, vswap and ballooning and TPC we have separate session. In that I'll explain clear about, brief about ballooning. Okay. Ballooning driver for a virtual machine is a key component in a hypervisor's memory management system used to efficiently reclaim unused memory from a guest operating system and return it to the host machine for use by other VMs. This technique enables memory over commitment 0074, allowing administrator to allocate more total virtual memory to VMs than a physical present in the host server. Okay. If there is any unused memory, we can use that memory to the other virtual machines with the help of ballooning drivers. Brief about I'll explain in later session. Okay. Next, NAC, NIC, Network Interface Card. So NIC drivers in a virtual machine function as the software interface allowing the virtual machine to connect to a network and communicate with the other systems, both virtual and physical. The emulate physical NIC hardware or use optimized drivers to process network traffic efficiently within a virtualized environment. Okay, next, SCSI drivers, small computer system interface. SCSI drivers for a virtual machine act as the crucial interface between the virtual machine and its assigned storage resources. They emulate physical SCSI controllers to facilitate data transfer, and the specific drivers type chosen significantly impacts performance and compatibility with the get guest operating system. Okay. So when you create a virtual machine, we have to install the VMware tools. It's setup drivers. If you see earlier, when you purchase a laptop or desktop, we used to install drivers like sound drivers, network drivers. Okay, even earlier, if you want to mobile, if you want to connect mobile to the laptop, we have to install mobile suite drivers to the in laptop. Then only that mobile can use. Now inbuilt it is coming plug and play. So if you connect automatically, drivers will be installed and you can use even pen drive anything. So earlier we used to install single device wise drivers. Now inbuilt it is coming plug and play. Just if you connect the device, automatically it will install and you can access the devices. Okay. For virtual machine, for better performance, better display communication, we need to install VMware tools. Okay. Like VMware tools, we'll see. Like whether VMware tools installed or not. Status. How to check VMware tools status. Okay, VMware tool status. Select VM, which VM you want to check the VMware tools driver status. Select that virtual machine. Go to summary tab. There you can see VMware tools status. Like current, latest drivers or no drivers or old drivers. If it is showing showing current, that means latest drivers up to date. We no need to do anything. Already it's up to date installed. Okay. If it is showing not installed, no drivers. Okay. So VM created, but VMware tools drivers not installed. We need to install. Okay. If it is showing out of date, drivers installed, but out of date, old drivers, we need to update the drivers. Okay. If it is showing guest managed, drivers are installed as part of guest OS. Do not touch CLI based, Linux based virtual machines. Do not touch. Okay, drivers are installed as part of guest OS. Okay, we'll see now how to check the VMware tools status. For example, I want to check the VMware tools for Windows 10 virtual machine. I'm selecting this Windows 10 virtual machine. I have clicked in summary tab. Okay, just little bit scroll down. Here you can see VMware tools running like version 12384 upgrade available. Okay, so VMware tools are there, but old drivers we need to upgrade up to date the drivers. Okay, if you see for example, no, Tiny Linux 2. See, this is Linux virtual machine. VMware tools running version. Okay, this is the number guest managed. That's what I have explained in the notes. So if it is showing like guest managed, don't touch. Drivers are installed as part of guest operating system. Okay, this is how we can check the VMware tools status. Okay, for this upgrade is available. We'll see like first here theory part will go. Now, if VMware tools not there, no drivers, then how to install the drivers? It is already installed, old drivers, we need to upgrade. Out of date is there, we need to upgrade to latest drivers. Then how to upgrade VMware tools? Steps remain same to install or upgrade VMware tools. We'll see. First, vCenter VMN. Select that VM, which VM you want to install or upgrade VMware tools. Select that VM, right click, go to guest. If the drivers already installed, we will get only upgrade option. If no drivers not installed yet, we will get install option. Okay, upgrade option will be degraded. We'll see now. Select the VM, right click, go to guest option. If you want to install freshly, you will get only install option. Upgrade option will be degraded. The drivers already upgrade like installed, you want to upgrade, then install option will be degraded. Upgrade option will be available for upgrade the VMware tools. We'll see now. I'll go to lab. For this Windows 10 VM, we have like already installed, but upgrade available, and that means latest drivers available. We need to install VMware latest drivers. So select, right click, go to guest OS. See, as I said, already installed VMware tools, right? That install VMware tools option not enabled. No, it is degraded. So only option I'm getting is upgrade VMware tools. So I'll click on this. This is vCenter. Okay, click on upgrade. Okay, now you can see the process in VM console. If you want to take this virtual machine console, in this icon you can double click, or down you can click on this launch web console. Okay, both are same. Okay, see, log into this virtual machine. This is process of like upgrading. It is taking time. See, upgrade is in progress. Okay, once it's done, we can see the latest drivers. So we have logged in this mission. Okay, we'll see in vCenter now whether drivers are up to date or not. See now VMware tools option, it should be upgraded to latest. Yes, Windows 10 VMware tools running version 12416. Previous version number also different. Now see in bracket previous it was upgrade available option was there. Now current. That means up to date. See, if it is showing current means latest drivers up to date. We no need to do. So we have upgraded. Okay, this is the how. Okay, now no drivers like how to install. So here we don't have any other virtual machine to install fresh VMware tools, right? What we need to do is we need to uninstall here in this Windows 10 VM. Then we need to install VMware tools freshly. Okay, so I have logged in already here. Okay, in real time, so like fresh VMs will be there. We can install from beginning this VMware tools. Here we don't have option for practice session. I'll uninstall and install again. To show installation, I need to uninstall first. Okay, so I'm going to programs and features to uninstall the VMware drivers. See, display is now very big because drivers are there. As I said, if you install, display performance will be good. If I uninstall, display will be small. Even cursor also movement will not work properly. Okay, if you click here, here it will go somewhere it will go. This is the VMware tools. So I'm uninstalling. The screen size also will be become very small when you remove these drivers from Windows 10 virtual machine. Okay, so it is now uninstalling. So in middle you will see changes. Screen size will be very small. It will become okay. In real time until and unless seniors assistant do not uninstall the drivers. Here practice session only I'm doing this to show. So to changes affect this thing, we need to restart the virtual machine. Okay, in real time you will not get the downtime for restart virtual machine. That's the reason. Do not do uninstall or delete or something. Okay, so I'll restart this virtual machine. Okay, even after installation VMware tools also it will ask for reboot. So to change the effects we need to reboot the virtual machine. See, screen size, this VM size also display is very small now. So cursor also will not work properly. To install this VMware tools very difficult now. Okay, very important. Day-to-day activities, everyday work will be there. Installation VMware tools, upgrade VMware tools. Okay, now so freshly I need to install. Okay, I need to install VMware tools. Okay, first vCenter VM and we need to select VM, right click, go to guest OS, select install VMware tools option. Okay, then we need to log into the virtual machine, go to CD DVD option. We need to run the installer. Then we need to follow on-screen steps. Next, finish, reboot the virtual machine. Okay, this is VM OS and we need to log in. First step we'll do. From vCenter end, we will attach the mount to the VMware tools. Okay. So for this VM, if you see summary tab, see VMware tools not running, not installed means no drivers. We need to install VMware tools. Here, see notification came. VMware tools is not installed on this virtual machine. That means for this Windows 10. So I need to mount, attach. Even if you want to install any software or something in system, first you need to download that setup file or something should be available on system. Like that here also, if you want to install drivers for virtual machine from vCenter end, first we need to mount the files. Okay, VMware tools. Right click, go to guest OS. See, install VMware tools. We need to mount. That means we are connecting, attaching these drivers to the this virtual machine. Okay, now We'll log into the virtual machine. Okay. Here, if you see in CD DVD option, gray color icon will be there with VM. Okay. That is the VMware Tools icon, drivers icon. So that setup file we need to click, double click. Okay. Okay. As I said, so now this no cursor also will not work properly. Display also not there. Now we need to install drivers for better performance, better display. Okay. So here you need to use tab alt options. Okay. Come down. There it will be like icon. See very small icons. DVD drives VM in gray color. Here we need to run the setup file. Okay. So it is installing. We need to follow the on-screen steps. If you press Alt F, this page will close. Then we can enter the. So now this page installation page came. Click enter. So if you want typical or complete anything, you can custom. Okay, let it be typical. Press tab. Click enter. So now install. Press enter. So in middle screen size will be increase. If you see once this display drivers install, display will be become big. This is how real time we need to install. So if you practice this thing, it will be easy. If you practice one time or two time, it is very difficult. So you have to practice well. Then only thoroughly you can do this. Now see, display drivers are installed. Screen display is big. Now cursor also will work. Earlier, if no drivers, even cursor point also will not work. See, yes. Press enter. Finish this installation. Completes the wizard. VMware Tools setup. It will ask for restart. See, you must restart your system for the configuration changes made to this VMware tool to take effect. Click yes to restart now or no if you plan to manually restart later. No, I want to restart now only. Okay. Now in recent run, if you see, so not running version already current is not running. Why? Because we have restarted this virtual machine. Once it's up, then you can see running version current will be there. Okay, latest version. See, booting process you can see here. See now, VMware tools running version 12416 current. So VMware tools drive like all drivers installed successfully. Okay, see, this is how we will install the VMware tools like drivers. If drivers are not there or if drivers are old, it will be difficult to do activities or something. It will be performance low. In real time, you may get the tickets. VM performance is very slow. Okay, can you please check if VM performance is very slow? Even you have to check whether VMware tools, if it is Windows virtual machine, you have to check VMware tools up to date or not. If upgrade available, you have to upgrade the VMware tools by taking approvals and all. Okay, we must reboot the virtual machine to apply the changes. Okay, first we need to mount the VMware tools vCenter end. Like we need to mount. Then once you mount, then log into this particular virtual machine. Go to console and log into this machine. Go to CD DVD option. Double click on the setup file. Then follow the on-screen steps. Once it's done, we need to reboot. Okay. Okay. Thank you.